there's one thing that you really need to understand that happens in your marketplace, and a lot of salespeople don't have a grasp of this, which they should. So there's a lot of confusion, and I'm out here in Honolulu Bay, Kauai, and there's all these shops and places where you can grab food and gifts and tikis and Hawaiian stuff. There's some really cool stuff in here. But like a lot of times when you go in and you talk to the people in the shop, there's no compelling reason to buy today. They just allow people to be looky-loos. They allow people to come in like, I'm just shopping. There's no story about the item. There's no introduction. There's no questions. Like on the art, like really, they're really easy for them to do. It'd be like, hey, where would you put this piece inside of your home? What would you do with it? You know, how would you showcase it? What colors are the room that it is? There's nothing. It's just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna let you come in. I'm gonna let you take a look, and then I'm gonna let you say bye and walk away. And I'm like, really? How many times have you as a salesperson given a generic sales presentation? You're like, you mail it in, I'm tired, it's been a long day, I've hit my goals. I'm good. I'm good. And then you go into a sales presentation and you waste time. You don't ask the right questions, you don't tell stories, you don't get the buyer engaged. And then at the end, they're like, oh, I'm just looking. There was no commitments made. There was no anchoring. And if you know how to do that, A+ for you. Right? So lots of things here. So you're gonna have to like cut through the chase, destroy the confusion, destroy the rhetoric. And remember, you're the expert. You're the person that everybody wants to talk to. You're the person that everybody's like, who should I trust? Because a lot of times everything comes down to, who do I trust? Who's the right person for me? How do I know I've got the right company, the right salesperson, the right product, the right widget? And a lot of times it comes to trust. You know, I went through a process recently where I was helping a company for a product, and they needed to look at vendors, and they're like, hey, Scott, can you help me look at some vendors? I'm like, yeah, absolutely, no problem. I'll help you do that. And it had nothing to do with sales. It had something to do with content, and everybody sounded the same. And in a world of sameness, guess what? The only difference is the price. If you sound like everybody else, the way people decide, they're like, how much money is it? How much money? And like, oh, you sound like Joe, you sound like Steve, you sound like Ed, guess what? I'm shopping on price, and that's your fault. If that happens, that's because you did not have anything interesting to say, you didn't ask any good questions, you didn't tell any good stories. So there you go. Now you got one thing to do from here, just find the subscribe button, smash on it, subscribe, and every time I send out a video, get an update that says Scott Bell Consultant sent out a video. You should check it out, which you should. Aloha.